Hey everybody, it's Joe Woo here. Guess what? This is Entrepreneur Journey episode number 3. And for those of you who are just sort of getting to know what this Entrepreneur Journey video series is this is me documenting the true journey of entrepreneurship. There's so much BS out there. There's so much stuff out there that people are putting out there saying entrepreneurship is all this glory, all this stuff, it's all crap. And I wanted to document my wins, losses, success, failures, anything that kind of happens. So I committed to doing this every couple weeks, like every 1 to 2 weeks. And right now it's probably coming in about every 2 weeks. But got some amazing lessons here I learned. And this is going to be raw. There's no subtitles, really no pretty video. I took the mics off. I guess you can kind of call it unplugged in a way. So, I got my selfie stick. That's the main thing. But I really feel like I've learned a huge lesson this year. And it's all about spending money wisely. And not that I was this big spender. Back in the day, sure I was, learned some lessons, had some financial hardships, but I'll tell you, as an entrepreneur, it's so easy to get sucked in when everybody says you got to jump, you got to go all in, you got to do this. You got to be smart about that. And so many people take the word all in and say, oh, got to go out and spend all this great money and all this equipment, all the new PCs, all the new technology. And here's what I learned. I mean, when I first launched my business, I probably spent maybe a couple $100 in domain names. I got like 25 domain names. Did I really need all those? No, I didn't. That's insane. So there's $200 or $300 that I could have invested somewhere else in the business. And, with my little studio here, I got a makeshift studio. And let me actually pan up and down a little bit here. You guys can see. The only thing I spent here was this muslin backdrop, which was maybe 20 bucks. But that's after I had a client. And then I'll pivot around here. You can see it's in my basement. I got some nice little studio lights here, guys. That's all it is. There were lights from Home Depot. They're inexpensive. Sure, do I want the nice lights? Absolutely. But, it makes great video quality. But the thing is that will come in time and you have to be disciplined with it. And one thing that I'm working on is how to actually effectively produce great quality video, how to produce a great company, serve people, and not, blow my budget, because you just simply can't do that. And one of the things I found over the holidays was, as I was putting Christmas decorations back, I used to do videography in high school and college. That was my original career. I found an old tripod for my cameras, and guess what? I had the tripod here. I can hook it up to my iPhone, and I'll pan around here. See this? Tripod right there. Oops, sorry. It's already set up. See, I told you it's going to be raw. It's already set up and ready to go. So now I can shoot videos. Now, the only thing I did spend a little bit of money was the selfie stick and the remote that has a Bluetooth. And honestly, it was maybe $40, but this is, again, after I had a client and I invested some of the money. That's what you've got to do. So when you go all in, it doesn't mean blow all your money up front, get the nice office, get the nice equipment. I have a laptop, it's 3 years old. Cleaned it up and fixed it up. And I use the printer at home. And, I contribute to the paper, take it out of the business money. But, I don't need a brand new car. I don't need all this other stuff. And the reality is so many entrepreneurs struggle. They go all in, they blow all their money up front on everything imaginable, all the nice new stuff. And then they're left holding the bag, and basically they can't get clients in. They wonder why they can't spend money accordingly. And it's really where you spend money is the key, and that's what I'm learning here. So you don't need to go crazy and all this stuff. And this makes your studio, you go, look, it looks nice. Sure, there's a couple little shadows here. The background needs to be ironed a little bit, but that's all part of the fun and journey I'm learning, is that it's going to get better and better. And I noticed when I started thinking this way, my videos have actually seen a lot more engagement and viewership. In the beginning when I started a lot of this, I'd see maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 views, maybe. Now I'm seeing 50, 60, 70 views on my career tip minute videos. It's going really well. So that's the key, is when you say all in, yes, it's a jump. You've got to jump and take that leap of faith, but you've got to be smart about it. You've got to think through the process and think through what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you've got to serve people. You got a great business idea. You can't, simply just blow all your money. Then what are you going to do? How are you going to invest money in getting people in the door? You've got to have that. So you've got to be really good and diligent and disciplined about doing that. So to me, that's one of the coolest lessons as an entrepreneur I've learned, is not blowing all the money and not posting all these pictures on vacation, in the nice penthouse and, doing all this first class stuff. No, you know what? That might come in time. If it doesn't, so be it. The key is you got to remember, what did you get yourself into for anyway? A business to help serve people. Sure, you've got to make money, but for some reason, something excited you how you can help people. And that's the core of the essence of it. And if you can keep it at that, guys, game over right there. You'll find a way and you'll win. And that's what I'm learning here, is as I'm progressing, might not be as fast as I want, but I'm progressing every single month. Things are getting better. And that's one of my goals this year, is to evaluate and say, have I gotten better? Has my video quality gotten better each month? Has things gotten better? If they haven't, Why haven't they? What do I need to do to make those adjustments? And that's all you can do, guys, is really focus accordingly. So I would say that's definitely the biggest, lesson I've learned, and I think it's a valuable one. I hope that serves you guys well. So remember, when you go all in, you've got to be smart about it. It doesn't mean blowing all your money up front. Save it and invest it wisely in your business. Now, I think the other key that I've learned here is you've got to be you. And what I mean by that is, so many people, when they get into being an entrepreneur, they kind of blow themselves up. They start making up stuff. They start putting stuff out there that's not truly them. They start speaking a different way. They start really getting into this whole persona. And of course, you've got to get into that persona. That persona's got to be you at your heart and at your core. But you can't make stuff up. If you're not a great speaker, you've got to take courses. Don't have to get out there and try to fudge and fake it. And I hear all these people say, fake it till you make it. No, that you can't do that, because if you're going to fake it, you're lying to yourself, you're lying to your customers, and ultimately that's going to be downfall. You can't bullshit and you can't lie. See, there we go. There's a swear word. I held off, it's about 5-6 minutes already, so that's not too bad. But that's the key, guys, is you've got to be you at your core. And if you can't figure out what that is, then you've got to find it. You got to find out what your why is. You've got to find out really who you are and start thinking about that. Take some trips, in the countryside, drive, put some music on and figure out, okay, who the hell am I? What do I want to be? What am I doing? What's my essence here? When you really find that, I'll tell you guys, that's going to be key, because there were points in the last couple of months where I tried to be something I wasn't. I tried to be this amazing guru and, get all this wizardry and special effects and stuff. No, I've just got to be me, and I know what me is, and I feel very comfortable in my shoes. And, I think in the beginning, I was trying to put on this massive persona. And that's good that you want to do that, but that comes in time as you improve yourself and as you evolve. Because, right now we're kind of right into the beginning of January as I'm recording this, and so many people are saying, oh, it's the new year, the new me, I've got to be new. No, there's not a new you. You're the same you. You got a better version of you. That's the key. And that's what I've learned as an entrepreneur. You keep evolving, you get a better version of you. So those are two key things already. I think the third thing is there's so much garbage out there right now that people are saying, oh, buy this program, I'll get you 20 leads, I'll get you amazing leads for mortgages, or I'll get you 1,000 different leads. Let me tell you guys, a lot of that stuff is shortcutting the hard work. You've got to put the hard work in and do your research. And I've done that where I've tested it. Let me spend some money. This guy's saying, hey, he get me, 25 new leads on Twitter, leads that actually might lead to a sale. And you try it, and it's a bunch of BS, it's a bunch of crock. And the reality is guys, you know who the legitimate people are out there. Don't get caught up in the quick wins, because so many people are going to say, oh, hey, it's 3 months, my business isn't doing well, what's going on? It takes 1 to 2 years for your business to really pop, even if that does. So you've got to focus consistently, producing good content, and not worrying about getting another 2,000 or 3,000 followers. That'll come in time if you build great content and you're you, and you keep your spending, where it is in a smart way. See how all this ties together, guys? That's the key. So don't go out there and start, spending all this money on all these great, programs and systems and things like that. Figure it out, and that'll come in time. It'll come natural to happen. You'll wake up and say, well, I actually do need a new printer, or what, I actually do need a new, editing system, or maybe I need some new software, or I need, an upgraded email account. I need more storage. That stuff will come in time, and then you figure it out and budget accordingly and see where you can get that win at. So I think those are the three main things along this journey, and it's been a great journey, guys. It really has. Sure, there's days where it's been very frustrating, and you know what? Here, I'll give you a bonus here. Got a few more minutes. I'll give you a fourth interesting thing. So one of the things that I've noticed is that I've ripped a couple pairs of pants in these last couple months, and a lot of my pants in the pockets, they're kind of getting those holes in them. And, sure, they're a couple years old, but here's the thing. I think that's symbolic of an entrepreneur. You're going to go through hell. You're going to go through all kinds of craziness, and things aren't going to be always great. You're going to have ripped pants, ripped jeans. You're going to have those days where things don't go right, the wheels come off. But at the end of the day, you can always fix that. You can get a new pair of pants, or you can take them to a tailor and get them fixed. It's not the end of the world. And I think so many people see when their pants get ripped or something like that happens, they can't recover. And they go nuts, and they go apeshit, basically. And that's not right, guys. You got to stay the course with it. So I'm keeping all these pants now as, sort of a tribute, or as a remembrance of all the wars that I've gone through as an entrepreneur and all the scars. Because I'm going to look back on this one day and say, wow, I remember when I ripped those pants, or I remember when I got those holes in those pants from traveling. That was a pretty crazy time. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not, but I had the faith and belief in myself that I was going to. So I'll probably put them up somewhere, maybe in a little bar, the man cave, when I get that creative. But I'll tell you guys, it's a beautiful journey if you allow it to happen to you. And if you allow it to, you get in there and you say, gosh, this is too much, and you quit after a few months, or you take that momentum and stop. It's not going to happen, guys. You've got to keep that momentum up. I'm telling you. I've seen it in my videos. There was a point 6 months ago where I was going to stop doing the videos, and I'm glad I didn't, because I had maybe, like I said, 2, 3, 4, 5 views. Now I get 60 to 70 views. It's not where I want it to be, but guess what? It's getting there. It's progress over 6 months. So remember these 4 things I taught you guys, and I really hope you love this series. And if you know an entrepreneur who's struggling out there or who's not sure, have them watch these, because really this is all it's about. Is I want to help people and show the true, honest journey of entrepreneurship. And I'll tell you, I'm glad I've got my rip pants, and I'm glad they're going to serve me well in the future as a reminder of all that I've gone through to keep me humble. So this is Joe Wu signing off here for episode 3 of the Entrepreneur Journey. Live amazing, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. You see that? Technology doesn't work. My remote stopped. So guess what? Now I got to turn off here. Bye, everybody.